Hey TVs, it's Psychic Bob. Well, it's the solstice. Come and hang out with us. Let's have some fun today. And I'm going to wear my solar cross today because we're at the cross point at the seasons. We're in the winter season. We're at the birth of the Sun Lord. The solar cross is an ancient symbol, and I think it's a wonderful thing to wear today. So I was just glad you guys are hanging with me. Well, I'm outside. I'm waiting for my cab because we're going to go someplace fun today. We're going to go downtown DC. What's that Petula Clark song? Downtown. Tubies, I'm in the cab. I'm on my way to downtown DC. So hang with us today. And Tubies, look, straight ahead is the Lincoln Memorial. We're going into the city of DC. We're crossing the bridge now. This is Is this Memorial Bridge? I forget. Yeah, Memorial Bridge. I can never remember the name of this bridge. But there's the Lincoln Memorial. That's on the back of the United States penny, the 1-cent coin. So if you have any American dollars, for those of you overseas, that's the building that's on our coins. And for those of you who live here, you may not have even looked at the coins recently.
Exit right to Rock Creek Parkway.
There we go. Look at that. Pretty cool stuff. Didn't I tell you Psychic Bob take you to the best places? We're down in the heart of Old Town. This is a lot of historical homes down here. Look at the beautiful architecture. We'll soon be where we're going. I've got a great surprise for you. And there's our Sun Lord. Hail Sun Lord. Happy solstice. Well, TV's is Psychic Bob. Look where I am. I'm down in Georgetown. This is an historic area. Look at the beautiful architecture here. These are old houses, like almost 200 years old, some of them. I haven't ever brought you guys down to Old Town. Or to Georgetown. I've taken you to Alexandria, but we're in Washington, D.C. now, literally in the city of D.C. Look at this magnolia tree here. Is that not amazing? Well, here we are. We're at Q Street in Georgetown. That's right. You say, well, what are we doing at Q Street, Psychic Bob? Well, just hang with us and I'm going to show you. Well, I tell you, I'm having a nostalgic flashback. It's been a long time since I've walked these streets, but it feels good to walk them. Many years ago, I used to make a trip a few times a week up through these streets. You still don't know where we're going, do you? Well, I'll tell you when we get there. Look at this architecture. I love that bright yellow door here. And look at the balconies on this house. This is a very posh area. I really enjoy it. This is one of the things I love about Georgetown is people really decorate up their homes. Look at these beautiful golden bows and the pine needles on this house. And they got beautiful wreaths up there. Look at that. On the doors. And notice the beautiful Christmas display there with the red berries. The urns. Do you see those? Isn't it just beautiful? I think the people, the way they take care of their homes here and the architecture is just lovely. Notice the small details like the inlay design on the brickwork. Just beautiful. I'm having a great time. Look at this. I've got beautiful wreaths on this door, and this balcony is decorated with bells. I thought you guys would really enjoy seeing some of the spirit of the season. Look, they got a big wreath up there. Remember we were talking about the wreath last week? So there's a wreath, guys. And some more wreaths. Beautiful. I'll give you a kind of a bird's eye view. So as we're walking down here, You can see all the old buildings. This is an historic area and just lovely. I used to walk this street literally about twice a week years ago. Gosh, over 20 years ago now. Hard to believe. I don't know where I got all the energy. Just beautiful. There's another magnolia tree. You notice up here these domed, what do they call these? I forget what they're called, like towers on the edges of the houses. This is something you see down here in the old buildings. Really amazing stuff. Now, is this a house straight out of the Addams family or what? Look at these massive mansions down here. Oh, and look! Oh my God, Sarah's Market is still here. I used to go shop there years ago. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that store. Well, we may go there a little later, because we gotta keep walking for right now. Look at this house here. It's got a mystical little upper room on the roof. That's pretty amazing architecture, isn't it? Wow, a lot of memories here. A lot of memories. What beautiful homes. And they've got some Christmas trees up too. Oh, look, they've got a wreath of, I think that's eucalyptus leaves or laurel leaves. I'm not sure which, right there on their doors. You guys can see that. There's another Christmas wreath. Beautiful, beautiful house. And Tubies, we have arrived at our destination. I want you to see over here. Do you see this church? This is the Church of Two Worlds. It's a famous church. We're going to go over and take a look at it. I thought I'd show you this. Notice on top of the church. What is that? Do you guys recognize that? That is a solar cross, just like I'm wearing today. This is the Church of Two Worlds. Notice it's Gothic spiral. Oops, we've got a lot of sun glare here. Well, we'll come back to the outer side after the sun moves a little bit. But come on along. Let's take a look. Here it is. There's our sun cross on top of the church. Notice the stained glass. I wish I could take you inside. Right now the church is closed. It's on a little bit of a hiatus. But when they reopen, we're going to come down here. Here's our bell tower. I don't think the bells in it work anymore. When I were here, they didn't work, but that's the bell tower there. And look at the beautiful old red doors. Gosh, nothing has changed. And here's the sign. Let's see if you guys can read that. NSAC, the Church of Two Worlds. Here's our Sunday service. Healing at 2 p.m., service 2:30 p.m. Every third Wednesday, healing and messages. It's every third Wednesday. When I was here, it used to be every Wednesday we had messages. And I used to work the Wednesday night service. Well, guys, I wanted to bring you here to the Church of Two Worlds. It's a little nostalgic for me to be here because this is where I first discovered spiritualism. And this is where my career as a psychic began, over 20 years ago. A lot happened over the years. You know, I studied here for many years. I was trained and licensed. I was a member of the National Spiritualist Association of Churches. I had a lot of wonderful, wonderful experiences here at this historic location. It's a little bittersweet being back because I also had a lot of unfortunate times and sad times. Some disappointments happened here. Some very big losses in my life and sorrows too. So, you know, you take the good with the bad. I won't dwell on the bad today, but it's really strange for me to be back here today. You can see the stained glass over the doors here. These doors, nothing has literally changed in 20 years since I've been here. Look, they still have the old doorbell. This doorbell was put on in the 1970s. And it's to ring the back of the church, because sometimes we'd come in and the door would be locked. If you're working the service, you'd push this and somebody would come and let you in. The old sign, this sign hasn't changed in years. Wow, I don't think it's changed at all. This church started here in I think it was 1959 or 60. And there's a shot of the tower going straight up. It's a Gothic design church, as you can see. And the architecture is rather Gothic. You'll notice how it looks like kind of castle towers. Yep, I used to come here every Wednesday and every Sunday. When I became a medium, I started being asked to lead the Sunday services, and I would preach here at the pulpit and do messages. And it started my career as a psychic. And it was here at this church that my teacher told me. She gave me a prophecy for my life that really has come to be true. And she said, Bob, someday, she said, you're going to be a well-known psychic. She said, you'll work full-time as a psychic. Your entire life will be about the work of the Spirit. And I couldn't believe it at the time. She said, you're going to work 10 hours a day, every day. And she said, you're going to be on television and radio. And I used to say to her, I said, are you for real? I said, no, I don't think so. I used to say, if I could just come to the church and do messages on Sunday, that's all I need to do. That's the extent of my psychic work. And she said, no, it's going to be much more than that. And time has proven her right. How amazing it is to be back here. Behind me here is the alleyway. And looks like they put a new lock on here. This used to be an old rusty lock. It looks like they've updated it recently. But they've decorated the gate, which is nice. But this is the alleyway that goes back here and to the back part of the church. That's the office area back there. It leads back to the library and the offices and the reception room. We have a whole reception room back there. But wow, really something to see. Really something to see. Here's another house that's right next to the church. I guess they share the alleyway. There's our Sun Lord creeping in. Look at this, guys. I just realized they have the Horned Lord. If somebody came, look at that. That's a deer skull. The sign of the Horned Lord. Oh, that's really cool. I love that. Pretty cool. Yeah. Church of Two Worlds. Look, Louis sitting there. Even he's contemplating it. Are you contemplating this all, Louis? Yes, Bob. Louis's never been here, so it's his first time. Just like your guys. You know, they still have this old picket fence here. I never liked this fence. I always thought it looked weird. I always thought it looked much better just to have the nature open. But anyways, it's been here forever, and it's probably not going to go away. The shrubbery is still the same here. It looks exactly as I remember it. Might be a little larger, but not much. It's pretty much the same. Yeah, I wish I could take you guys inside, but at least you got to come this far, huh? I brought with me today this book, On the Edge of the Etheric by Arthur Findlay. This was the very first spiritualist book I read, and I learned about it from this church, Church of Two Worlds. Somebody in the church said, well, Bob, you need to get the book On the Edge of the Etheric, and I did eventually find a copy. They didn't have one at the church, but I did get one at a used bookstore. On the Edge of the Etheric by Arthur Findlay. This is the book that really started me on the path of being a spiritualist and part of spiritualism. But it was this church, Church of Two Worlds, that started me on my path. So I just want to show that to you guys today because I just thought it was kind of nostalgic. I brought it with me today. By the way, I thought I'd read some of the cover here to you. It says, On the Edge of the Etheric, or Survival After Death, Scientifically Explained by Arthur Findlay. And it says, the book that makes the spirit world understandable and is revolutionizing the scientific and religious thought of Great Britain. This is, by the way, is a British book. But it's very popular here in the United States among spiritualists. So, yep, good old Arthur Findlay. Pretty cool. As you can see, there are two towers on the church. This is the main entrance. This door we never used. I don't know if it's open anymore, but this actually was closed off. It's used as a storage area, this tower. So, looks like nobody's still using it here. The door, I can't believe that. Somebody took the door handle off. Maybe it got broken, but they need to fix that. That's the original handle. Nothing has changed in over 20 years since I've been here. This is the second tower. Very Gothic. Look at that beautiful Gothic arch. This church was a mystical and magical place. It's where I first met mediums. I first attended seances. It's where I first worked as a psychic and a medium in the days when I was unknown. This church helped my life because it gave me an understanding of life after death. It gave me an understanding of spiritualism, that spiritualism is so true. And I don't mean to sound like a preacher here, but it's the only religion that I found that doesn't just pontificate, it proves itself. It backs up its teachings with evidence. At the time in my life when I first came here, I was very, very much disillusioned with spiritual life. I had been a member of the Catholic Church for several years and left it in disgust over, well, a lot of things. I don't need to go into that. But I left the church and I was floating adrift with no real spiritual home. And then I discovered this church, and one of my clients said to me, because I was doing readings, I was psychic before I came here, but one of my clients said, you need to go to the Church of Two Worlds. And I said, what's that? And they said, it's a spiritualist church. I said, what's spiritualism? They said, it's a church of psychics and mediums. I said, what? There's a church of psychics? They said, yeah. So I ended up coming here to this church, and I was amazed, you know. And then I started reading all the literature of spiritualism, and it changed my life. I mean, it really changed my life. You know, it's funny how sometimes just a casual word from somebody passing can affect our lives. Like somebody just said to me, oh, you should check out Church of Two Worlds. Like, I could have easily just brushed it off and said, oh yeah, whatever, I'm done with churches. But I decided, oh, well, let's go see. And I'll tell you, my life today and the blessings that I have all started here. Well, if the church opens again, which it will eventually, maybe we'll come here and I'll take you inside. I wish I could today. But it's good to be here. It feels really good to step back on its steps. Let's do it one more time. Let's just walk the steps. Feels good, just like the old days. Here I am at the door of the church. Church of Two Worlds. You know, one of the things we used to do is after church, we'd go out to lunch a lot of times. There used to be an old restaurant a few blocks up. on Wisconsin Avenue. I don't know if it's still there. But let's go ahead and walk that path and see if it's there. And if it is, we'll go have lunch there. Can't promise it, but we can try, right? Oh, it's good to see you again, church. Blessings to you. As you can see, here are some more historical homes with the beautiful decor. A lot of famous people live down here. Sometimes celebrities would come to our church even. We treat them just like anybody else. That's why they loved it, because they just wanted to go somewhere and have a spiritual experience and not be, photographed and bothered. And we made sure the famous people always felt comfortable. This old house is still up here on the hill. My God. Wow, they're renovating it all. I remember this house. It looked a little more decrepit back in the day. I think they've done a lot of work on it since. But isn't that beautiful? Look at that amazing architecture. I don't know if you can see the detail on video, but look at the wrought iron metal work around the roof. And there's that cone-shaped roof, the cupola on the tower. Pretty cool stuff, isn't it? Yeah, old Georgetown. It feels good to be back on the streets of Georgetown. I've really missed being here. It's funny how sometimes when you go back someplace and nothing really changes. You know, everything's the same. I feel like I've gone back 20 years, you know? It's really strange for me to walk these streets and see everything, and nothing's the same. I mean, nothing's changed. Everything's the same. Oh, I had forgotten about this estate. There's a giant mansion back here. Look at this, guys. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see if I can zoom in on this big house back there. Isn't that beautiful? Look at the giant oak trees around it. Pretty cool. This is the amazing thing about Georgetown, is that in the midst of the city, there are kind of these giant interior open spaces with giant mansions. It's definitely millionaire central around here. PsychicBob could never buy a house down here, I don't think, unless I win the lottery. Oh, I forgot about this house up here. Gosh, I'm having a lot of memories coming back. This big giant mansion up here on the hill. You guys can see this. You see that house? Isn't that beautiful? Here are the stairs, the winding staircase that go up to it. Isn't that something? This is all one house. Isn't that amazing? It's massive. And here we're coming up to the intersection of Wisconsin Avenue. And if I remember right, to the right, oh, I forgot about this gas station here. But to the right should be our restaurant. I smell food. I wonder if it's that old restaurant. Well, let's stroll along and find out, shall we? Look at the old cobblestones here. Isn't this neat? Brick sidewalk. You know, brick sidewalks are famous where I live down in Alexandria. Oh no, I don't know if the... Looks like part of the shopping center is gone that I used to go to. Well, let's just walk up. We'll find out. Here we are at 1500 block, Wisconsin Avenue. I hope you guys can see that. Might be too much glare. Speaking of glare, there is our Sun Lord on the solstice. Happy Sun Lord. Happy solstice, Sun Lord. Happy birthday. You know, Tubies, I think that restaurant is gone. I don't see it. I don't exactly remember which building it was. It's been so many years, but it was right along this street, and I don't see it. It was an old kind of bar and grill sort of place. I don't remember the name of it, but all of these these buildings are all stores now. And I know exactly that I'm in the right place because we used to go here every week, you know. And I don't see the building. It was right here down on the corner, but no luck. This might have been it, because I remember it had steps going up. This is now Faux Viet and Grill. That's not what it used to be. It used to not be an Asian restaurant. It was an American bar and grill. So I think it's gone. Well, that's really sad. I mean, we went there for years. It was like just part of Sunday, you know. We'd have church and then come up here for lunch. And all of these other stores, everything's turned to different stores. There's some empty properties here. But that building where we used to go for lunch is gone. There's a Village Art and Craft, an Indian shop. Nope. It's gone. End of an era. It's the only thing here that has changed. I swear, I thought it was either that store, I thought it was closer to the corner. It might have been one of these ones. They've all been repainted and they all look similar. I don't remember this building being here, so this might have been where it was. Because I swore it was literally closer to the gas station over here. So, no luck. Well, that's alright. We're going to go some other place and have lunch today. So come and hang out with us. Oh my gosh, Jubies, look! Santa Claus has come to Georgetown. Look at this house across the way. It's not, first of all, look at the architecture, amazing. But look on the roof. There's Santa up there. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. That's what I love about this part of DC, is like it's always interesting. It's always something fascinating to see. Oh my gosh. Well, we're going to go to another part of the city today and see what's going on down there. We're going to go down to Dupont. Dupont's a happening artistic scene, and we'll go down there and see what's going on. It's a great lunch spot. Well, we're coming back past the Church of Two Worlds. There it is again across the street. But we're not going to go there anymore. We're done there. I wish it were open, but we'll definitely have to come back here. We're going to go straight down this street all the way till it ends. It's a bit of a hike. Back in the day, 20 years ago when I was younger, I used to do it twice a week. I never thought a thing about it. I'm curious to walk it again because I want to see really how far it is. In my mind, it doesn't seem like a long walk, but I think it's longer than I remember it. I don't know if I have the stamina like I used to do that twice a week like I used to. But we're going to walk it anyway, so come on along. Oh, Tubies, have I got a surprise for you? There's something here I totally forgot about. Like as I said, it's been like over 20 years since I walked this path. But look what's in front of me. You're going to love this. I forgot about this bridge. I call this bridge the Buffalo Bridge. Its actual name is the Dumbarton Bridge. But I didn't know the name of it for a long time, so I used to call it the Buffalo Bridge. There are these giant buffalo sculptures here that are really something. Let's take a look at them, shall we? These are solid bronze buffaloes. There's one here and there's one over on that side. You can't see that one that clearly. We're right here. We'll look at this one. Look at this amazing sculpture, huh? Is that something or what? Pretty amazing, isn't it? Oh my gosh. There's the other one over on the other side, if you can see it. Yeah, this is called Dumbarton Bridge, but I called it Buffalo Bridge. Oh my gosh, it's been so long since I've been walked across this bridge. I'm telling you. I think if memory serves me right, that is over there. This might be further down. There's an embassy. That might be the Romanian Embassy. I used to go to parties back in the day. I was in with a lot of embassy people. I used to go to embassy parties. Actually, that might not be Romania. It might be on the other side. But anyways, we'll go see if we can find the embassy. That's right here. I used to be friends with some of the Romanian royal family, and they used to invite me to the embassy for dinner and luncheons and parties. It's a really cool time. Yeah, back in the day, old Psychic Bob got around. I did readings for a lot of fascinating people. Okay, I got my embassies confused because this is actually the Turkish embassy here. Over here's the Romanian embassy. Now, from the outside, it doesn't look that big, but let me tell you, it is like literally a palace inside. It's so beautiful. It's ballrooms and dining rooms and just beautiful artwork. Anyways, we're not going to go there today, but that's the Romanian embassy. Now, if memory serves me right, I think we have to go down this street to Dupont. I'm getting confused. It's been so many years, but we'll figure it out. Now, Tubies, across the way is an historic and famous place. This is a club. I forget the name. I think it's called the Cosmo Club. Anyways, it is where the Church of Two Worlds, that church that I showed you, before they had the church building, they would meet here at this club back in the 1940s and 50s. And it's a private club, very exclusive, like a country club. But they used to let the Church of Two Worlds hold services here. Anyways, it's just a beautiful building. I'm trying to remember the way now to where I need to get to. It's been so many years, I'm getting confused. We're downtown, we're getting close to Dupont. And as you can see, we've come a long way. This really was a much longer walk than I expected it to be. So I have to tell you, it kind of caught me by surprise. But here we are, downtown DC. Here's an old historic church down here. Look at that giant bell tower. Is that amazing or what? Pretty cool, huh? I love Gothic cathedrals and architecture. Ooh, I tell you, I'm walking around the city. I'm actually a little lost. It's been so many years. It's funny how your mind forgets things. But we're downtown, and they told me I'm literally lost. It doesn't look like I remember it. They said, go down here, go left, and we'll be where I need to be. So I'm telling you, this was a long walk down here, and I don't know how I did it every week, twice a week. I was younger then, and you know, when you love something, you put all your energy into it. And I certainly did love spiritualism, still do. We're getting closer to our destination, but I thought we'd stop and have some lunch. I found an awesome looking restaurant, Indian Gate Restaurant and Bar. I'm in the mood for good Indian food today, so let's go check it out. Come on. Well, Tubies, I'm having a great lunch. I got a samosa and I got a good cold Coke. You know, Psychic Bob drinks Coke wherever he goes. And this is delicious. It got the mint chutney sauce. Oh my gosh, I am so enjoying this lunch. My favorite type of food. Indian food is the best. Tubies, I'm working on that samosa. It is delicious. And look what Psychic Bob got today. Chicken korma, fresh made, fresh basmati rice, and some naan bread. I'm living like a king. Oh, that rice is so fragrant. Look at the steam coming off of it. It smells wonderful. Love me some good basmati rice. Oh, this chicken korma is from God. Oh. That is the best. Oh, I got to dip my naan in this korma sauce. Oh. That is so good. Because I had the best lunch here at India Gate. Oh my gosh. And I think I got directions to get to the subway. We're going to go down to the subway home. So we're going to come down through here. Just hang with us. One of the things I love about being in the city is like they have really cool restaurants. Like look at this one. Got Tiki Bar guy. He's a Tiki man. He says Tiki Taco, Hawaiian shaved ice, and Hawaiian shaved ice. There's their sign down there, Tiki Taco. Gosh, I should have gone there for lunch. That looks fun. But boy, that Indian food hit the spot. Well, we're on our way down to Dupont Circle, so hang along with us. And Tubies, here we are at the world famous Dupont Circle, named after the great industrialist, whose name I forget, but his last name is Dupont. So, yeah, beautiful sculpture up here. It's a really cool scene. Let's take a look at the fountain. In the summer, they have water flowing out of this. It's really beautiful. Look at that. It's a beautiful kind of Art Deco or Art Nouveau style. Isn't that beautiful? It's the goddess. Hail to the goddess. Oh, here it is. It tells about Dupont. It says Samuel Francis Dupont, Rear Admiral, United States Navy. All right, so it was a naval guy. I thought it was industrialist Dupont, but either way, that's cool. It's all good. So, anyways, we're here and enjoying the city and having a lot of fun. Here we are down on the street in the city. It's a happening scene, so fun to roll on along. Oh my gosh, this bookstore is still here. I used to come to this like 20 years ago, Kramer's bookstore. I come down here and get off the metro and come over here and hang out, sometimes have lunch. Oh my gosh, Kramer's Books is still here. That's really cool. See, you never know. The street still looks the same as I remember it. Here we are outside the Dupont Metro. This is the metro that I used to take when I came up to Church of Two Worlds. And we'll go down that way later, but they've got a new awning built over it, which is really nice. And it's a big metro station. This old house here is still here. I remember this from when I used to come up here. Beautiful old historic house. Actually, it might be an embassy. That looks like a flag of a country. Anyways, we're down on the scene. There used to be a Chinese restaurant down here a little ways. I'll see if it's still here. I don't think I've gone down far enough. I used to love to go to the Chinese place and have lunch. Gosh, all the stores have changed here. I don't even recognize anymore. Wow, this Italian bistro is still here. I used to come here also. It's a really good restaurant. They have so many great restaurants down here. It's really an awesome town. As you can see across the way, there are stores all the way up through here. And we are truly down in the city and having a great time. And Tubies, I found the restaurant I was looking for. It's still here. The City Lights of China since 1987. It's still here. Wow. Let's see what their menu looks like. The prices have gone up a little bit, but not much. Yeah, see, you go down there, see the steps. I'm not going to go in right now, but there it is. City Lights of China. Still here. It's a good restaurant. Look, Tubies, a ghost. Outside this restaurant. Look who's standing here. A strange, ghostly woman. And she's got a ball of roses with skulls in it. Kind of spooky, isn't it? This is outside Alero Mexican restaurant. Spooky. Pretty wild. But you know, a lot of the stores I used to shop at are gone now. And times move on. It's been over 20 years, so I guess I can't expect them to still be here. But there used to be some really great jewelry stores I used to go to, and there used to be, you know, just a lot of other stores. But anyways, as we say, life goes on. But the city is still beautiful. Hello, pigeon. I forgot about DC's pigeons. Hello, how are you? They're so tame, they'll come right up to you. Whoa, there they go. Yeah, Psychic Bob's roaming the streets of DC, Washington, DC. And here, Tubies, we're outside a restaurant I used to come to as well, Zorba's Cafe. It's a Greek restaurant, really good. I love the European design building, isn't that great? Yeah, there's still a few things around here the Psychic Bob remembers. Well, Tubies, my camera is about to die, it's out of power. And we're here back at the metro. So I'm going to take the train home. And I so enjoyed having you guys come along with me today. As you can see, it's a really big metro station. It's way down into the earth. And down we go. This is the Dupont metro station. And I gotta get some money on my card, so we're gonna go over here, get a machine and do that. Here we are in the metro station. Well, guys, listen, I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks for joining me today. Make sure to like this video, thumbs up, favorite it, share with your friends. We'll be back here tomorrow on Tuesday at 12 o'clock noon for our live messages from the spirit world. We'll see you then. Blessed be.